Hey there guys, today we're going to be looking at Hollow Knight running on the 1135G7. Now, the reason I'm testing a game like this is that, well, one, it's a very popular game, and two, it was a game that I actually tried to play when I first got this laptop sometime in the beginning of the year, back when, the Tiger Lake CPUs were still relatively new, and I actually was getting really bad performance with this. I mean, the game was struggling to get above 30 frames per second with a more consistent like 20 frames per second. I wish I still had recordings of that. It was just so long ago that I don't have it anymore, and it's unfortunate. And I was very worried about this CPU, that I thought like, oh man, did I really mess up here? Is this just not even going to give me a playable experience with any game? But no, this was just one of those games that was having weird issues with Intel's newest, I guess, driver stack for their GPUs, because this is different than, their old like HD 630 drivers that were based on an old architecture. This is, this is new, and the performance was very inconsistent here and there. Like, another game that I had a lot of trouble with was actually Rainbow Six Siege. It was a game that when it first launched, the CPU, I could not get it to run properly. I pretty much had to mess with it a lot to get it to actually function. Like, after pretty much like 2 hours of messing with it, I finally got it to actually work properly without any crashes. And I mean, with the updated driver stack now, with the latest drivers rather, this is just way more playable. Way more playable in a lot of games. A lot of games that I was running into trouble with were running perfectly fine now. And this is one of those games where I really felt like the CPU should have been able to play it, and clearly it can't. It does a fantastic job with it. This is not at the highest possible like settings, like the particle effects aren't at the highest or anything like that, but really I didn't feel the need to mess with any of the game settings. The game runs perfectly fine. It's just, it was weird when it first launched that it ran so bad, and I was actually kind of concerned about how Intel's launch drivers were going to be for their dedicated GPUs. But now, seeing how much they've put into fixing all of this, I'm pretty optimistic, and I'm actually very excited to see what their cards are going to be like. Although all that really it comes down to is price and availability, because it could almost have any level of performance, and as long as it's on the shelves, people are going to buy it, because at the end of the day, really, in terms of what you can get, there's not really anything available. You're pretty much stuck with integrated graphics, or you're buying a secondhand GPU for way above what it really should be priced at. So overall, I'm very excited to see what Intel is going to end up doing. And I really wish I could get an Alder Lake CPU, because I would love to test the iGPU performance on there. But these motherboards are so expensive, and the CPUs are just so expensive. And like, I don't really want to have to buy DDR5 RAM, but I also feel weird having to buy DDR4 for a new platform that supports a newer generation. It's one of those things where it's like, I just don't know. Maybe I'll get around to getting one, but I just feel like it's not going to be that relevant to the vast majority of people. So, I mean, let me know if you want to see like any Alder Lake stuff. Because, I mean, I might be tempted to maybe pick up like an Alder Lake laptop when those finally launch, just to see what the iGPU performance is going to be like. Because I feel like on the desktop, they really did not put any effort into the iGPU. But anyways, I want to thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time.